do animals judge each other for their differences? Do they notice their differences? And why do we see some pets reacting to certain animals but not other animals? And then we have certain pets that seem pretty chill with pretty much anyone that they encounter. Okay, so we're going to look at all of this together today. And I want to tell you, I love the comments that you all had. I'm glad that you're paying attention to your pets and looking at who are they liking, who are they not liking, because we have to be aware of those observations so that we can help keep our pets comfortable and we can keep everybody safe when they're encountering each other. All right? So, what I have found over the years of being around several animals and caring for them and interacting is that first we have our wild animals and we have our domesticated animals. And there are differences. There are differences about the way they interact with each other and the whole gamut. So today on this live, we're going to be looking at our domesticated pets and how they react to things and how they judge things. All right, so I have noticed two main topics, two overarching themes that tend to go into the decision to react or not react, accept or not accept for when they're interacting with other animals. All right, so the first one, overarching, is looking at safety, okay? The pet sees another pet, it sees another animal, and am I safe? If they're safe, they will move on. If they're not safe, they will react, okay? So what goes into our pets feeling like they're safe or not? All right, so within animal behavior, we have our studies, we have our observations, and many, many years of this, okay? So what has been found is first looking at body language. This is with humans as well. We use body language to tell, am I safe? Am I comfortable? Is this an okay situation for me to be in? And if it's not, we typically get out of there, or at least we have all of those signs coming up inside of us that's saying, get out of this situation, okay? So this happens with animals as well. So, for example, with dogs, if a dog is lunging forward, if a dog is really tense and really stiff, if a dog is staring really intently at another animal, these are all signs that, okay, this is not a dog that I feel safe around, and I am either going to react to that body language and defend myself, or I'm going to avoid the situation and get out of there because I don't like this body language, and I'm going to completely avoid that and keep myself safe. All right, so that goes across the board. You can see your dog or your cat react in those ways, and then the other pet responds, or your pet responding to another one acting like that. Whereas on the flip side of that, if the body is relaxed, if the eyes are, they're engaged, they're seeing the other pet, but they are relaxed and they're willing to look other places and blink and all of that, just normal relaxed behavior, then the pets are more willing to interact and mingle, and everybody feels safe. Okay, that's what this comes down to, is do I feel safe or not with the body language that I am seeing from this other animal. Okay, now our next one within safety is looking at the body features. So physically, what does the pet look like? And dogs are huge with this. Okay, so we have certain breeds that physically they have, you can see all of their features very well. Okay, the dogs who have the pointy ears, you can very clearly see if they're up and alert or if they are more relaxed. Their eyes, if they have, you know, like a lot of huskies will have the brighter blue eyes and the white around them, so you can clearly see what is going on with the eyes, if they are staring at you or if they are relaxed and friendly and inviting. Okay. Other things that go into this, some of the dogs have the curly tails. Okay, some dogs have tails that are always up, and an up tail can mean a threat. It can mean a threat. So we're looking at the different features, and the dogs are using those to gauge what are these communications. So dogs who have those clearer features that can be seen from more of a distance, they are going to be able to communicate their intentions, their level of safety to your pet easier than, let's say, a pug can, or the long-haired dogs who have it all covering their eyes, and then their ears aren't really even visible, and their tail is, you know, a lot of times curled up and stuff like that. So there are mixed signals going on. All right, so pay attention to those things as well. And if you know the dog is friendly, help your dog understand that, yes, this dog is friendly. Okay, so we're going to calm the situation down and really let your dog investigate this other dog and gain that knowledge that, yes, they are friendly. If you know the dog is not friendly, then keep on going. You know, allow them that certainty that, no, we're not going over there. That's not a safe situation. Okay? Okay, so the last one within our safety arch is past experiences. And this one is pretty obvious. If your dog or cat has been attacked by a certain type of animal, there's an association that grows there. And that association can be brought forward into future experiences. Very straightforward and very, very understandable. Okay, now this also, I see within communication, can go into past experiences beyond traumatic attacks and things like that. It can go into how the puppy or kitten was raised, the interactions with mom, interactions with people, with pets in the house, and how they developed from there. So did their environment allow their personality and their mentality to develop into the type of cat or dog who can interact with others? So for example, I worked with a cat who had a lack of relationship with her cat mom as a youngster. And that disconnect that happened there, it actually went into her personality and just her development. And she really just kind of lacks an understanding and a willingness to really open herself up to other cats. She does awesome with people, but she really has a blockage inside of her that keeps her from being open and building relationships and wanting to build relationships and having empathy for other cats. Okay, so that type of situation can happen as well with past experiences. All right, so looking at our second overarching topic that can lead into these differences and whether or not we're judging them and all of that is the animal's energy. And this is really where it comes down to the final decision, okay? So even if, based on the body language, the features, the past experiences, even if your pet knows, I'm physically safe here, if that energy is off, they're getting out of there, or they're going to react and say, hey, get away from me. Okay, so I have pets all the time tell me, no, their energy is too spastic, their energy rubs me the wrong way, they're too high, hyper. We have this going on with like puppies with older dogs and kittens with older cats. I also find them saying, no, that animal is sick, that energy is way too low, that's dangerous, I don't want to be around that. Or we can also see it flip on that with the sick pet siblings. Another healthy sibling might be trying to encourage that pet to become healthier. Okay, so I recently, for example, worked with 2 cats, and one kept pouncing on the other. And what came from the communication session was that the cat that was pouncing on the other one was trying to get that other cat's energy up. He was trying to help his brother because his brother is sick. And it can go both ways. So keep that in mind. One animal attacking another animal doesn't always mean there is anger here. Okay, it could also be a desperate behavior to try to help their sibling out. I have seen that in a handful of instances over the years. All right. Now with energy, with saying like, ooh, I don't like that energy, I don't want to be around that. Thinking about ourselves. So for us who are more sensitive to the energetic levels of other people, for example, this would equate to us going into like the grocery store, and you enter into an aisle where there's 1 or 2 people around, and all of a sudden you just feel like, oh my god, I gotta get away from this space, I gotta get away from these people. Some people feel this in crowds as well, when all of the energies are combined. And so that is exactly how our animal friends operate all the time. They're constantly reading each other's energies and deciding, do I want to be around them? Do I not want to be around them? All right? So, the other thing within energy is simple personal preferences. This one's pretty straightforward, guys. Do you like them or not? Animals have their own opinions. This usually comes down to the energetic mixing of them, and if they prefer each other's energy or not, and they form their opinions about that. This also can go into them knowing each other and knowing their strengths and weaknesses and their personal characteristics. Okay, and do you support the animal in what they are about, in their behaviors and how they treat others and things like that? Or do you not support it and you don't want to be around it? They have all of those opinions. All right, so I am very happy you got to join today or watch the replay. I hope this helps you in continuing to make those observations about your pets, understanding that safety level topic, and then going deeper with them into that energetic level and their personal preferences. Rewatch this as many times as you want as well, because as you see things progress with your pets, some of this energy stuff will start to really show itself as well and make more and more sense as you see it play out in reality and real life with your pets.